I was mayor for quite some time. At one time, we got more federal and state grants per capita than any city in the nation. Every federal grant that we got was audited. Every state grant that we got was audited. Every year's budget was there for audited. Nobody ever found any misuse of funds, misapplication of funds, or any other statement of wrongdoing. It's somewhat disconcerting, having served this county for many, many years, that someone 40 years after the fact would make accusations that Ms. Carter made. Very serious, and I want to deny to everybody in the public and Ms. Carter that I've ever done anything wrong to my knowledge. Knowing her propensity recently to dwell on this, I put together a package for y'all. That package shows a brief on summary judgment, the judgment of Honorable Eddie Hardaway, Judge, granting our summary judgment and granting a dismissal of the city of Livingston. I attached a copy of a deed signed by Daisy Carter, and it was on a form, a printed form, not a white piece of paper. And it's no way, back then we didn't have computers. All we had was printed forms. Miss Carter's an educated woman. If she signed that, there ain't no way she would know she has to know it was a deed. I don't keep files for 40 years, but I know that we signed resolutions from the city and the county in order to accommodate a HUD grant. I don't remember the grant being made. It may have been, it may not have been. I believe that it was, and I believe the funds were used for the best interest of the recreational park. I know that after I left as mayor, the city granted a deed to the county, and those copies of those deeds are attached. I have an affidavit of Claude Jackson showing that the Sumter County Recreation Park is on public property, and it was used in connection with an application for funds. And I have attached a copy of a letter from John Bell and Miss Mary Hardaway requesting the Sumter County Commission to assist them in obtaining funds for use in the park. I know also that a letter from Leo Fields was sent to the Sumter County Commission pledging the use of chemical waste management monies, which it also is public money. It's not private money. And then there's an application for a grant. And that application for a grant shows how the monies were to be used in the purchase of personal property that went into that park. And it's detailed by item and by the amount of money. I then have a letter addressed from the Sumter County Recreation Association to Booker Ford, who was the lawyer representing the Sumter County Commission at the time, where they had cut timber from the land. And then I attach, without permission of the county, incidentally, and I attach a report from, and I'll find it in just a second. And that letter was signed by Willie May, Daisy Carter, Joseph Epps, Mary Hardaway. And it states Sumter County Recreation Association was organized May 2nd, 1968. They struggled for something over 2 years and succeeded in raising $15,000 with which they purchased land from the Tarts. And I think $15,000 over 45 years is something like maybe $375, $80 a year. Now, then I've attached the two items that probably caused the Sumter County Commission to need to act. And one is from the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources that lists all of the deficiencies of the use of the Sumter County Recreation Association Park that violated the rules of the granting authority for public money to that organization. And that was dated June 17th, 1987. And I attached a second one from the state of Alabama Land and Water Conservation Fund, which was dated October 18th, 1984, citing the variations from the rules and regulations of that granting authority of how that board was operating the Sumter County Recreation Association. I'm sorry that's the way it happened, but the judge has ordered that you all own the land. You've owned it for a long, long time. You assisted in getting money. I'm talking about the county commission, not this particular board. But the Circuit Court of Sumter County has ruled. Appeal time is gone. You own the land. You have the right to do with it what you want. But again, it's quite insulting to be accused of doing something wrong, and I deny ever doing anything wrong. And it's unfortunate that somebody 40 years after the fact would come in and say, we did something wrong. I'd like to see the audits of the Sumter County Recreation Association, if there ever was one done. And if there was not one done, then there is nobody that verifies what she says except Stacey Carter herself.
Any questions for our attorney before we go?
I guess just about the building, Attorney Pruitt, I guess that's one of the things that we are looking at doing as far as trying to get this building renovated, get it out, or whatever it takes to be able to make it usable again. And that's one of the things that we're looking at getting a grant writer to do. So we want to just put that on the table, that we're looking at that as well.
What I'd like to do, if I can assist, is to find out from the college how they got the money to do the McMillan building, because it seems to me that it ought to apply here too. This building has been here since I was probably right after I was born. It's been here probably.
I think 40 or 41. It was a